Welcome to the team. Why don't you go ahead and introduce her while I go live, Deborah?
Probably tomorrow.
That way we can chat.
Yeah, happy to.
So, like a second. I'm trying to go.
Yeah, everyone here in Team Transformers. This is my new team member from Holland, the Netherlands, Yosiana Visher. She was a guest of mine in my Airbnb a couple of years ago. She was introduced to Juice Plus earlier in her life, but was excited to see the Tower Gardens in my yard and the Juice Plus, and we've stayed connected. So welcome, Yosiana.
Thank you.
Would you like to say something about yourself?
Where to start?
Tell us what got you excited about Juice Plus or the Tower Gardens. What made sense to you?
For the Tower Gardens, what especially made sense to me was, sorry, I'm having hard trouble expressing myself right now. It's been a while. But I guess it's the idea of growing your own food just without, you know where it comes from, you know how you've grown it, and there's no chemicals involved, stuff like that. That really makes sense to me. Yeah.
That's awesome. And how did Deborah introduce it to you? Well, you saw the Tower Gardens, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you also taking Juice Plus?
Well, not at the moment, but I'm ready for my personal order and getting that started again. And when I was 19 years old, I already I was a client of Juice Plus already.
Oh, wow.
But for some reason I didn't go through with it, and then I stopped, and now I picked it up again. Yeah.
I'm so glad. That's awesome. Yeah. And tell us again, where are you from?
The Netherlands.
The Netherlands.
Europe. Yeah, so close to Germany.
Close to Germany. How healthy are they in the Netherlands?
I think it's becoming a big trend right now in the Netherlands, and especially among young people. So lots of people my age who are very into biological foods, ecology. Oh my God, that's a word.
Organic,
yeah, organic foods. For instance, my boyfriend is now studying farming, biodynamic farming. So it's like a big trend. Yeah.
That's awesome. So really have you started to share the Tower Garden or Juice Plus with people in the Netherlands?
I do think so. I already had like a couple of people who were interested, my age, like 20 plus, and lots of students mostly who are interested. But then one friend of mine looked it up for herself, and she kind of was immediately put down by the price. It was like, okay, I would really love a Tower Garden, but I just can't afford it.
So Deborah, how does the price of the Tower Garden in the Netherlands compare to here? I have no idea.
Well, I think they ship from Great Britain, and I don't know what the new since Great Britain left the EU. Yeah. I don't know what that's done. And so that's going to take a little bit of investigation, and it's possible. You know, last time I spoke with someone at Juice Plus in Europe, they said, you know, the Tower Gardens were going to be more common and easier to come by.
Okay. That's good to hear.
well, here they space out the payments, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like $53 a month for 12 months, okay, for the very base model. And if you're growing your own, then is she in the US? No, she's in the Netherlands, Michelle. She was here visiting, and she stayed at Deborah's Airbnb, and that's how they met. I was just answering her in the chat. So they do like $52 a month for 12 months here.
Yeah, yeah.
If you're growing your own lettuce and kale and all that, it pays for itself over the months before you even pay it off.
That's what I said.
Did you tell her that? Okay, so sometimes, sometimes people, are not ready. I mean, the tower gardens are a very small part of our overall business. Juice Plus is the foundation product that, is like, I'd say 85 to 90% of what we do. The tower garden became very prominent when the pandemic hit. And then we were like, oh my gosh, everybody was ordering tower gardens and we got way behind. Because they all of a sudden food became like, oh my gosh, how am I going to get food? And I should grow my own, and I'm home. So why not grow my own garden? So, it might take a number of exposures for you with tower garden. I would definitely work on sharing Juice Plus. It's easier to quote swallow for people, right? So anyway, great to meet you. Glad you're on here. What time is it in the Netherlands?
It's nice to meet all of you.
Yeah.
And Yosiana, what time is it there?
It's like 10 past 6 in the evening.
Wow, that's cool. Deborah, did you want to add anything more?
Well, just we're going to get you started today with she and I are going to Zoom afterwards for her back office, her virtual office, start up and get her first order in, and just create a team around her.
Yeah. And maybe you could do an event online that everybody can come on Zoom.
Yes.
With the presentation. That's good.
Wonderful. We'll be creating that.
Oh, sorry.
I just said we'll be creating that.
Yeah. And
I have I might have.
Hi, Doug.
Hi. So I was making coffee. You see, when you live with your upline, you got to make sure they're happy. So I was making coffee. Because listen, if you want coffee made for you, you just have to have your downline live with you or marry them. Okay.
If it were only that easy.
Yeah.
Well, Deborah, and how did you two meet? How do you know each other?
I have an Airbnb here in Houston, and she was a guest of mine when she was doing her master's work in the Houston area at a university.
Okay, cool. What is your master's in, Josiane? Is that how I say it?
Josiane.
Yeah, Josiane. Well, I studied religious studies, and I was working on a master's thesis around the topic of science of mind. There's a lot of spiritual centers in the USA that are based on that spiritual movement. And I was very drawn, and I'm still drawn to that movement, just so interesting. And I studied that, and I wrote a thesis about it. Yeah.
Super.
Yeah.
All right. And well, welcome to the team, Josiane.
Thank you.
And someday I'll make everybody a coffee.
Yeah.
How do you guys like? Okay, so let's go to Stacy Turner. I think you might have a team member to introduce, and we can honor and welcome.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey guys. So Wad is here on the Zoom with us. She's the one with the little baby there. We met about a year and a half ago, maybe a year ago. Yeah, a year and a half, about that. Wad's a mama of 3. She has a 4-year-old and then twin babies that are going to be a year in April. Hard to believe. But Wad is from Palestine and from Bethlehem, like the real Bethlehem. When she told me Bethlehem, I was like Bethlehem, Bethlehem. And she's been taking Juice Plus for a while. She used it during her pregnancy some, and then has started sharing with others, really looking to build some income with this. And it's a totally untapped market of individuals. Wad speaks fluent Arabic, and there's a lot of Arabic Americans that I think we'll be able to reach together, that really there's no resources out there, Juice Plus wise, that I've been able to find or connect with. So it'll kind of be the Wild West of it. But I just wanted you guys to meet her. She's the sweetest ever. And those babies are like pretty much like I claim them as our family. So
Super.
you want to say anything?
Yeah, hi guys. I'm happy because I joined you with this team and me and my babies. We're ready to be in this team. And I know Stacy from about 2 years, not 1.5 years, Stacy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, Wad,
Yeah.
how long have you been here in the United States?
3 years.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And what countries do we know? What countries is Juice Plus available in that would speak Arabic?
That's just
Israel?
Israel. No, Israel, they're not speak Arabic, but in Emirates, Dubai, that's that I know.
Oh, okay.
Dubai.
Just Arabic people, they can sell there.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're bilingual, so that's great. But that is a great. So that's why I was asking. It's like if I were
Yeah.
you, I would find the country. Oh, UAE. Boom. Let's
Yeah.
go for the UAE. I mean,
Yeah.
and the chances are, I'm working on a meeting with some guys, some former students in Mexico of mine, because it's like
Yeah.
our company just went into Mexico. So I say, who's in Mexico? Let me talk to them. And I'm just being honest with them. I'm like, hey guys, our company has gone into Mexico and I'm looking
Yeah.
for, I'm looking for some people that can be my
Speak
team in Mexico.
Yeah.
I want to give them the first chance. If
Yeah.
that doesn't work, I'm going to go on Facebook and say, looking for, friends in Mexico. And after
Yeah.
that, I'll say, who's got friends in Mexico?
Yeah.
Who's got a friend of a friend in Mexico? But I'm going to get in there. Excellent. Well, welcome to the team. I like your sweater.
Thank
It's super cool. Sharon?
Yes. So I showed some of you before we got started. Welcome to the team, by the way, guys. We're so glad to have you. I feel very international today with both of you on. So we're excited to have you on the team. We're breaking ground. Amazing. Congratulations to Deborah and Stacy too. I just wanted to say we have a lot of promotions happening. Okay, so get with your sponsor or your leader. Make sure you're on track for promotions because the company wants everyone to be successful. It's not the type of dog eat dog thing. It's us really trying to support you on your journey and get you title rewards and commissions and bonuses, things like that. And so there were a lot of promotions that happened this month, and then there's going to be a ton more next month. So just know that the company tweaked the compensation plan a little bit. And so that really opened the door for especially some leadership positions that were waiting for just like, they only like reduced something by, what was it? It was 225, 200. They went from 225 to 175 on a number. It makes a huge difference that now a lot of people are moving up and the company wants everyone to feel hope and that they do have a secure future here. It's a stable and lasting business. For Doug and I, this is what pays all the bills. So this can be a great secondary stream of income, small side income, whatever you want it to be. But the more time you put into it, the more effort, the more learning, the more self-growth, the more talking to your sponsor and your leader saying, hey, what's my next step? Hey, what's a good book to read? Hey, what's a good audio to listen to? Hey, who should I reach out to? Those kinds of things, that's going to help you move forward. And that's what all of us are here for. So anyway, we had a lot of great promotions. I wanted to say that. Also, I put in the chat yesterday, if you're not in the Team Transformers Voxer chat, that's very active chat. Sometimes I have nothing to do with what's put in there. So you guys are using it for each other, which I love, the community aspect. I put in there Jessie Lepicki yesterday, an audio or video from her. She's moving and shaking. She gave such great advice, very humble, very generous, learning a lot. And she's just somebody I think, wow, she's speaking the right language. She's coaching herself. She's plugged in. try to listen to that and implement whatever you can of whatever she said, because everything she said was golden, if I recall. I mean, I don't remember her saying anything that wasn't. So anyway, what I wanted to show you really quickly, and then Doug's gonna go into his experience of something, and you guys will be able to talk and all that. I do want to show you one thing. Finally, I checked out the jpvf.org last night. How many times have I said I want to go on that on a Tuesday night, and I haven't? And one of the reasons why I just want to show you this really quickly is because if you're ever looking to do the presentation, the flip book is right there. You don't have to download PowerPoint or anything. So write this down, JP, which stands for Juice Plus, VF, which stands for Virtual Franchise. Just remember the .org, okay? So you can remember everything else, right? So when I went on there, to me, this call series, I mean, it's been going forever, okay? And I haven't really plugged into it. We've been doing a lot of Zooms instead, but they do it every Tuesday night. What I love is I joined it for the 9 o'clock, but if I click here, Inspiring Healthy Living, CA, that is the presentation, okay? So I don't have to have PowerPoint. I can be on the phone with somebody or Zoom. Let me get rid of this Dropbox thingy. My computer's working a little extra because Clean My Mac is on in the background. Okay, it's working. So here's the PowerPoint right here that you can just use it as a PDF, okay? So I wanted to make sure you knew that you can use this anytime that you're on Zoom with somebody or on the phone. You say, hey, join me, go to jpvf.org, and we can both go on this presentation A. Okay, so you don't have to plug into the Tuesday night series, you can, but let's at least use their presentation that's here. It's the same presentation as on the Freedom Revolution. No, yeah, thefreedomrevolution.com, but you have to download that one, okay? Then join the mission over here, B, that's our, I think it's our product and our business presentation. No, it starts off as the business. Okay, so it starts right off with the business, joining the mission. Just get rid of the drop. And mine's just taking extra slow because it was already ready to kind of blow up today. My computer, it's like, I have no more space, leave me alone, okay? So anyway, here's the join our mission. And if you ever wanted to hear somebody doing it, then they have recordings also on that website. But here, you could basically walk people through our company, our core beliefs, our products, our company, where the company is, how long, what makes our business model unique, our benefits package, all these things about the business. Okay? So you could take your business into your own hands. When you learn how to do the presentation, it's very empowering. You don't have to wait for somebody else to do something for you. You can do it yourself. Okay, so that's all I had on that. I just want to make sure you guys knew about that. Nice little flip books there for you guys. I don't think they're flip books, they're PDFs, but kind of like a flip book. It's easy. All right, I'm going to hand it over to Dougie.
All righty. Well, I want to first share with you guys, check this out. I don't know where Jim Fuse is, but he would appreciate this the most. But so I found this little thing called XSplit VCam. It's a virtual camera. It's like a little app on your computer. Here's my regular camera view, but I can blur it out. Almost like
that's my picture.
You know what I mean? So it looks like one of those DSLR cameras or something. So it's like having a green screen, but it uses your actual room, just blurs it out. So I like that. Pretty cool. Anyway, don't ask me how to do it. It is called it's on the watermark of my thing right now. It's called XSplit VCam. XSplit VCam. All right, let me share with you guys something. I'm gonna weave a little story here, and we can kind of talk through it. So if you were on the Lunch and Learn on Monday, you might recall that I don't know how it came up, but I had said how I was kind of waiting until I lost a certain amount of weight until I really kind of like, like went public with that kind of stuff. And I think it was Michelle Fletcher that spoke up and was like saying, oh, no, 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 no. And Michelle, she was like, no, Doug, you got to share that now. You need to go live. You're going live today. And then Joy hops on the bandwagon. It's like they all start kicking me while I'm down. Oh, yeah, you're going live today. You're going live. So I actually didn't go live on Monday. I don't know if you noticed, but Tuesday, I think I did. Maybe I waited. Oh yeah, that was Tuesday at 9:54 a.m. So I did exactly. First of all, first lesson I want you to learn is they challenged me, and I went there. They didn't say that because they were trying to make a fool of me. They didn't say it because they were playing a joke on me or like it was something they wouldn't do. They told me because they know it was best. That would be the right thing, and they thought that people would like it. So I listened. All right. So I did some posts. Notice also, we'll do a quick little lesson. I have 3,153 friends. I assure you I'm less popular than many of you, but I add friends. So when Facebook says, hey, maybe you know this person, you know what I do? I add the person. And I know some of you are like, well, I don't really know that person. I've never met them before. They're a friend of a friend of a friend. And I'm thinking, if I had a presentation at my house, would I want a friend of a friend to come to my presentation? Heck yeah. I'm going to add as many people as I can. And some of you are like, oh, but this is my social media and it's just private from my friends and my family. I want to post my kids. Well, are you going to let that stop you from making 5 figures a month? I'm not. Okay. So I actually have we have a private group for family. And that's where we can post like pictures of kids naked in the bathtub or whatever weird stuff you do, or just pictures that you don't want everybody to see. I see social as a marketing thing. We should not have social being our lives. Anyway, with that said, I listened. So at 9:54, I did this video, but at 9:50, I did a post first. This helped me think through. See, and I thought it was interesting. See, I don't usually do this. Michelle said, do a live and a regular post. I am so glad I listened to her because this one allowed me to think through what I was going to talk about and put a picture. Now this post engaged 210 people and with 70 comments. Now some of you experts, I'm going to ask what I'm supposed to do with all this information. You're going to give me advice after this. So I did a post. I was very transparent. I talked about struggling with weight. I talked about a lot of things, okay? Then, right after that, before I chickened out, I went live. 6 months with a health coach. Here's my experience. This one, only 22 reactions, 14 comments. I thought it would tell me how many people watched it, though. Did everybody? I don't know, but I think there was more. I thought there was a lot of views on the video. And Michelle, if you know where it tells me how many people viewed it, I thought it would tell that right in here.
It usually does tell you right there.
I know, I don't see it. Maybe because I'm on my page instead of my wall. But here's the deal. I'm getting inboxes from this. Hey, Doug, can you tell me more about what's going on? Oh, I'm looking forward to hearing more about this. Oh, it's starting now because people want to hear it.
It says 210 views.
Oh, okay, cool. So let me ask you this. Thursday night, there's events. There's events tonight. There's all these events I could be inviting to. But let me ask you this. How many people are going to get 200 people to listen to you of your own friends? I can't even fit 200 people on the line on the Zoom. And if we hit 50, we're lucky. And most of them are from other people. I might get 2 guests tomorrow night, 2 guests. But I had 200 people watch this. So think about that. Now, what are my next steps? Who's going to help me here? I need coaching. I'll do whatever you say.
All those likes. Now you got to go and send them a personal message saying, thank you for, liking my post and, it's been a journey. And then say, hey, what's been going on with you?
Yeah, I'm looking at some people on that list, like Ray, Mirtha, Sharon. I haven't spoken to in 15, 20 years. You know, I used to play in a band with him, gigging all the time, and great guy.
I
So
saw
I
a
just-
lot of people from years back. So you have like a
Yeah.
whole, you could, just take a couple at a time to really connect with.
So I know a lot of you guys are struggling, because I talk to a lot of you guys, and then we're in this game. We do these blitzes. So even on a blitz, I mean, what's better, honestly? Me getting on a blitz in the morning and messaging, what if I did like 20 messages saying, hey, how's it going? I have an event on Thursday night, wondering if you could come to it. What's more powerful, me sending that out or me having a video that people watch, 200 people? I'd say the video is way more powerful. And now I'm going to have real conversations with those people. So I know some of you guys are really, hesitant to go live, but I just think it's really super duper powerful, and the way it was both. And then we had another one. Any other? Oh yeah. How about Terry Gladfelter? Man, former band director at Cooper City High School, legend. All right. Any other advice from people or comments? All
Hey,
right.
Doug, one
Yeah.
thing that I have been really focusing on, because one of the things we say we sort of get frustrated with people is they show interest and then we engage in a conversation. Then I ask, hey, can I send you some videos? They say yes, then we send them the videos, and then it's like, hey, what do you think about the videos? What stood out to you? Oh, I haven't watched the videos. And you can go back and forth quite a few times before you actually get them. And then, we kind of drum up the conversation by inviting them to an event. And we kind of circle back around. So this last month, instead of, if somebody showed an interest that they wanted to know more about Juice Plus or talk about it, or they said, hey, can you send me your website link or whatever it was, like if I got any reach out from anyone, I said, absolutely, can you talk? And I would just get on the phone with them right then. And I did not send videos. And I got orders. I think I had 6 or 8 orders. And I have 5 new team members in the last month and a half. So
Wow.
just like getting on the phone, like I'm not going to talk to them. I'm not going to send videos anymore. I just was like, I'm tired of the back and forth and back and forth. Like if it doesn't work out that we can get on the phone, of course, I'm going to send the videos. But that's not my first response now, which is kind of what it had been. Sure, let me send you some videos and then let's talk. But it's just putting space in between that conversation. I can get a lot more done and accomplished and shared and connect and really find their pain points and ask good questions and help them the most if I can talk to them. And especially with us, still not being as in person as we typically are, then I just feel like I've wasted a lot of time with some good possible people because I sent them videos instead of just getting on the phone with them and talking to them. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Not everybody ordered, but I definitely saw a difference this month. So if I could meet with them in person or like talk to them on the phone, and then my next step was meet with them in person if it was at all possible. And I had team members local and I have new ones that are out of town. So it worked both ways.
That's super. That's great. I was looking, who's our youngest people in here right now? I was wondering who's in their 20s. We have any 20 somethings on here? I don't know. Josiane, you might be, yeah, for sure. And
What?
Jennifer, I don't know any of this stuff. Anyway, if you guys could speak up, because I'm under the impression that this next generation like doesn't want to get on the phone. But if it's for a specific thing, is it still cool to do that? Is it better to text? What are your thoughts on that? Josiane, we're going to have you unmuted and talk about it a little bit. You're going to practice your English more. It's so good. Oh, you're muted right now, though.
Well, here I guess it's not that much of a trend anymore. At least all of the people I know that are my age they're very used to sending messages and on WhatsApp and other apps and Facebook messages, and so they don't really reach out by calling. That's
But
what
I
I
think it is different
Yeah.
if you say, Stacy, if you say, hey, Josiane, can we hop on the phone real quick? Because most young people aren't going to pick up the phone. I don't pick up the phone most of the time anymore.
It's
But if
true.
they say, hey, let's talk on the phone, then you're going to talk on the phone. So
Yeah, of course.
to educate us older people. And Jennifer Martinson, congratulations. I thought you were in your 20s, and she said she's pushing 40. So there you go. I made your day. Or I'm insensitive. Probably both. Okay, so thank you, Josiane. Let's talk
Yeah.
about one more thing, and this is something that Michelle's been doing. Check this out. So Michelle, this is just brilliant. She's a good person to follow on social. She's been doing these interviews. So today I was on her show. Oh, look, there she is at the Ferrari house. I was on her show, but she went live the other day, yesterday. Oh my gosh, it's like every day. Oh my gosh, it is every day. She is going crazy, this girl. So Michelle, tell us a little bit about your vision for your new posts.
Well, when I realized, well, I knew March was Nutrition Month. And so I was like, on Monday, I already was really ramped up to start posting even more on my wall and in our group about it. And then I had an epiphany. What if I was to have a guest come on each day and share their favorite nutrition tip? So I had the epiphany and I threw it out to my team, and they instantly were like, yes, we would love to be a guest on your live. So I said, yeah, if we could keep it like less than 10 minutes, you would share your tip. I'd get to kind of share who you are and why you're a great resource. And these lives have been going really well. I mean, today's live with Doug just blew up. I mean, people loved it. Doug has an energy. He's hilarious. He showed those amazing towers. And his tip was pretty much grow your food, but he shared so much within sharing that part. Like he shared his journey, what he's been learning over these months, where he's lost all this weight and he's just now on a better path. So it was incredible.
And we're going to go ahead and count that as a three-way call for the game. And anybody else that I'm available if you need me, I'll sit and do these all day long. It's 3 points per video, so let's do this. But if you want to go live on your wall and you want me to show off towers and talk about towers, we'll do that. If you want me to talk about being fat for 25 years and not understanding what the problem is because I eat like Sharon, but I get fatter, then that's what I talk about. And I think people are liking this topic because I think there are a lot of people, most people that that are trying to lose weight. Have you ever noticed that the people that are going on diets usually are overweight? Duh. But how many people do you know that used to be on a diet, but now they look like Sharon, Stacy, Michelle? You know what I mean? I don't. I know a few people that, oh yeah, they used to weigh 250 and now they weigh 150. It's like, it's rare though. It's pretty rare. So anyway, so I think we're not a weight loss product, but our community is a healthy community, and weight is part of health. So I think what I found is I just needed to dig deeper into the community. That might have been a good thing to share too, Michelle. I'm going to do that because I could talk about the community. I think these are helpful though. I think this is going to help Michelle. She has a lot of views. It also helps me because I'm tagged, so it's on my wall. So now there's social proof that I'm like being interviewed. They don't know if Michelle is, famous, written books, or just kind of whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like, all they know is there's social proof that I'm out there talking to people. So it is a hot topic. Not everybody, a lot of people want to lose weight and they don't understand how. So we're going to help them understand some tips over time. But yeah, so I think that's really great. Michelle's doing that. She's really branding herself as Health Coach Michelle. I mean, think about it. She's changed her name. She is famous. But who's making Michelle famous? She's making herself famous by her actions, by her results, by her, activity. So I think that's super. Super. All right, let's talk about sharing, posting. Sharon, that didn't take very long. So, I mean, we kind of thought this was going to go the whole time. I'm
I
missing
think
some of the
we want to
conversation.
hear from everybody else too.
Yeah.
But I want to ask Michelle. I think it's great that she interviews people. She's always doing that. And I remember when we'd go to conference, I'd be like, oh my gosh, I need to ask somebody to share their story. We all have incredible stories of whether it's the question I asked Josiane or Wad, you know, what got you excited about Juice Plus? Even if they don't have a story of transformation yet, they have a story of why it made sense, whether it's from their background or where they grew up or now where they're living. You know, they're exposed to health and nutrition, they're making choices, and now Juice Plus or the Tower Garden makes perfect sense to them. So everybody's got a story, or not. So I think the more you can showcase people's stories without it being non-compliant, which means that we're promising results or that we're saying we prevent or cure disease, those are the parameters that you can't do. But everything else is fair game. And the reason why people love our community is because of the heartfelt story. So Michelle's tapping into that. She's saying, hey, this is where the money's at. You know, I mean, not really, but you know what I mean? Like, this is what everybody loves, is to hear stories, hear people, hear the struggle, but the triumph and all that. So I think it's great what she's doing. We used to do it with the Juice Plus experience events, but now she's taking it live, because live is where it's at. Like Doug's saying, we looked and it was 200 and something people have already viewed it. Today's I looked, it was like 35. So it's going to grow. People are at work or whatever. But also you want to go public, which she did. And so over time, it's going to all add up and the more consistent. So anyway, Sharon, I want to know how she does it actually on Facebook, because I haven't done it. I haven't done it with two people on Facebook. It says you could bring somebody on camera, but how do you know it's going to work? That's one of the scary things. And Doug, go ahead and say whatever you wanted. And then
let's have that first. And then next up is Kelly to talk about going live on Facebook and Insta at the same time, which I didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay.
I'm about to have twice as many posts.
Yeah, Kelly, I can't wait to hear how you share that. But I will share that I love going live with someone else because it's less intimidating than going live by myself. So we get to play off of each other. If I might forget what I want to say, then they can come in and share. So that's a benefit to going live with someone else. And I was avoiding going live on Facebook with multiple people for probably like 9 months, because when I was doing it last year, there were all kinds of issues. Like there was sound issues, there was like scrambling, then your head was cut off in the live. It was crazy. So now they seem like they fixed all of that, because I dared and I went live, what was it, on Monday for the first time. And they allow you to tag the person in your live when you're creating the title. So each day I'm putting health coach or urban farmer Doug Farrar, so he's tagged, but then I also go and look for him and tag him again. But even with all of that, on Monday and Tuesday, we did have some issues. And even though I had tagged these people like 3 times to join my live, they didn't get the notification. So now I'm saying, okay, we're going live at this time, just be on my wall. So when you see me go live, you can be there and then you'll pop up and then I can add them to my live and they'll come on the screen. So the best way is I still tag them a million times, but then I think today Doug was able to join fairly quickly because he was on my wall and was like, hey, I'm here. And then I saw that and I was able to add him into my live.
Okay, so you just start your live, you make sure you tag or even invite. As you're saying hello to people, you gotta be multitasking, right? That's my hard part.
But no, before you start it, you can tag them, like you could put their name in the description if you want, or you can invite them to be a part, like you're tagging them as if you were doing a regular post, you tag the person in your picture. So they're supposed to get a notification, but it looks like the notification is delayed because I know Nicole didn't get the notification that I tagged her until like maybe 5 minutes after I did it. And I was like waiting for her to come on and she was like, I didn't see anything. So just to be sure, make sure the person is where you're going live, whether it's in a group or on your wall, make sure they're right there so they see it, and then they can just like start commenting and they will pop up and it will ask you, do you want them to join your live?
And sometimes you do it when you're with people. Like I've seen pictures of Wad with Stacy, so you guys could go live together and not have to do the, you know, the camera thing. So when you're with somebody, you can, you know, do that also, which is great. Like say you're at the doctor's office and they actually recommend Juice Plus. You could say, hey, can we go live really quickly? You can say why you recommend Juice Plus or what you recommend for your patients, you know, and it doesn't have to be calling it Juice Plus right away, you know, anything like that. So yeah, I love the idea because live definitely shows people what you're doing. It's like having a presentation without trying to get everybody on the Zoom and stuff like that. Awesome.
I think a lot of people get really nervous about lives for some reason. And in fact, you know, even though Sharon, you're really good at lives, but you do, like before you go live, you'll be like putting a title in and you'll say, is this good? Is this gonna work? Is this good? And it's like, I don't know, I think worrying about whether that's a form of perfectionism. Is it good enough? I'm telling you, my lives are the most ridiculous. Even Michelle she had to like reprimand me. She's like, Doug, what are you doing? You're bouncing all around. I mean, I was running around. At one point, I thought I saw a crack in the ceiling and I was touching the ceiling, and I don't care. I mean, I think the more raw it is, maybe the better it is. I mean, I don't need to be Darren Daly. Plus on the equipment we're using, don't even bother trying to look like when you see Darren Daly and all those other professional things, they have $3,000 cameras. The whole room is full of lights and stuff. Even if he's out by his pool, he's got reflectors and stuff. It's a TV studio. Okay. We're just going raw and just doing our thing. And I think it's really, really effective, but don't be so worried about it. No matter what you talk about, it's going to be good. It always works out.
So I can't believe only one person took you up on going live with them. I think you guys should use the chat, connect with people. Like we've got to make this an applied time. Okay. So Doug offered his services of he's lost how many pounds. He'll go on live with you. He also said he would show off the Tower Gardens. So if you don't have any Tower Gardens and you
want, want a tower tour at right after this. First one in the chat, I'll go on with them.
You know, so take advantage, and also all the people on here, just say, hey, I'd love to go live with you, or I'd love to chat with you afterwards. Take advantage of the fact this is a community, that it's one team, one mission. We all want to help each other. Okay. Oh, Kathy says she'll do it with you. All right.
All right.
Welcome, Nathaniel. Nathaniel, do your PCI agreement. There's money waiting for you. So if you're new, you got to go into your virtual office, and when it pops up to do your PCI agreement, do it. They're going to hold your paycheck till you do it. So it's just an agreement saying you're not going to keep credit cards. You're going to let people text or email their credit cards, things like that. And so the company wants to be PCI compliant. That's a good thing for us to say we are in the top level of PCI compliance, so that people do feel comfortable giving us their credit cards. That's part of it. So they hold your paycheck till you do that form. So it should pop up on it's called juiceplusvirtualoffice.com. You know, if you lost your username or password, then you just say lost username or password, or you call distributor support. So there's a bunch of people that haven't done their PCI compliance. I just remember Nathaniel's name. I'm like, Nathaniel, I need your money.
Yeah, I just there was 5 pages on Sharon's report of people that have their checks currently held.
Yeah.
That's like 100 people at least.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ridiculous. Let's not do that. Yeah.
That's why
Daniel's like, man, I wish I was making more money at this. Well, you're about to.
Pages and pages, okay? Yeah. We have a lot of people on our team, that's why. Okay, so we want you to get paid. All right, so what are some good tips? What are some things that you've been working on this week? It'd be great to share. like whether it's with customers or you're inviting to a special event, like let's chat, you guys chat as to how you're working on sharing Juice Plus, sharing our business. What are you doing for that right now? I'm going to be quiet.
This is Deborah. I joined the March Madness game, and after last month using the DMO, or the daily method of operation sheet, just kicked me right back into a new gear. And one thing I did was I'm a 69-year-old Nana, and I belong to a homeschool play group. So these young moms and their kids play with my great niece once a week. And one of the women I got friendly with, and we were sharing information, and she is interested in the gummies for her kids who are picky eaters. So I set up a time outside of the play group because I didn't want to be talking with her privately while all the other moms were, wanting to talk as a group. So I'm just in action because I'm saying I'm going to be in action. And the other thing is, with the freeze here, I had to gut my refrigerator and freezer and start over. So, it's like, let's just put healthy stuff in here. How about that? Yeah. And also, I took an inventory of my pantry, and it's like I pulled out stuff and put them in bags and took it to our food pantry. It's like, this stuff is just sitting here, and it's not that it's bad for me, it's just that we're not eating it. So let's put things in here that we are going to be eating, because both of us, have a releasing weight goal that's pretty huge. Mm-hmm. So that's what I'm up to.
Those are good things to post, Deborah.
Yes, I'm doing that. And I also just made my own oat milk, gluten-free oat milk, because I got an almond cow.
Oh, I heard about those.
Maker, and you can do it cheaper, if you do it yourself.
I love my almond cow. I love it.
Yeah, I just started it, and so I started with oat milk. I was waiting for my supply in my refrigerator to go down, but then the freeze took care of that. So it's a great way to get into making my own milks. And I'll be looking for other ethically sourced nuts and things like that.
Let me tell you about that. Amazon has best nut supplies out there.
Good, thank you.
Dear. From live soil. You can find almonds from live soil that hasn't been tainted with chemicals and fertilizers and pesticides. Great. It's all natural. They're so good. They taste yummy, and they're cheaper than the ones the almond cow people sell.
Wow.
Thank you.
Post that so much somewhere so we can find it. I didn't know that.
There it is. almondcow.co.
Yeah, if you want one, I can post in the Team Transformers. I can post a link so you can get
add water
discounts.
To the base.
Lexi did a really great live on her almond cow, by the way. Really? I'll post it on Team Transformers. It's so cute.
Thank you. So Deborah
and
has
you really can make your milk, huh?
I have a link. I'm sure Lexi does too, for discounts.
Okay, can I ask a real serious question though? In my mind, because we buy almonds, raw organic almonds, and they cost a fortune. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking almond milk is going to cost an absolute fortune to make.
No, it only takes 1 cup of nuts to make 4 cups of milk. And then you recycle those nuts and you make them into cereal or almond flour or other things like muffins and protein balls and complete balls and things like that. So you get 2 things out of almond nuts. It's cheaper. And there's nothing in it. There's just almonds and water. If you look on your almond milk from the store, it's got fillers in it like guar gum and
carrageenan and stuff like that.
And all sorts of stuff to make it look like it's milk.
So what if I just make a shake with water and I throw in pecans, not almonds, because I think those will not be good for me because they're not soaked, right? But no, not the same.
Not the same.
No.
This is like an immersion, like one of those things you stick in a cup and it whirs everything around with a fast blade. And then it sucks the pulp out of it. So it just makes milk.
Okay.
The pulp stays in the filter basket in the middle, and the blade is in the middle, and it chops it all up. It all takes a minute to make a milk. I mean, it's nothing. And
I
then
wonder what happens with the nutritional value though. Is it less calories than using all the whatever, like the vitamins? If you just threw it in your Vitamix, but then you got to strain it out.
you got to strain it in the bag, and that's what I hated, because I did that too. And it's, you got to sit there and squeeze it out, and it's all over. And if you're like me, you squeeze it too hard and explodes all over. Then you've got nut milk and stuff everywhere. I mean, I've done all this stuff live on my wall. So I've exploded almond milk all over my wall, trying to squeeze it out of the bag in the Vitamix. I mean, I've done it all like that.
They have recipes for the pulp even, huh?
Yeah, for the pulp. And you can make, I did flavored water for our thing that we did in the fall for all the people at conference. I did a cucumber mint lemon water or something like that in the almond cow. It's ready in a minute, so you don't have to let it soak forever. And there's so much, is crazy. It's expensive, but Stacy's the one that turned me onto it.
So is this like the one you guys have?
Yes.
Yeah.
Big. And that will make enough to fill like a quart?
Yeah.
How many cups are in a quart?
4.
4. So we can make our family shake with that. Huh. That's interesting.
And then you can use other nuts. You don't have to use almond, or you could use flax, or you can use pumpkin seeds. I mean, the varieties are endless.
You can mix it up. They've got lots of recipes.
I can make it extra watery if I wanted less
coconut
calories.
Flakes.
Yeah. Because the water shake's a little too watery for me, but the regular almond milk is not approved by the health coach.
That's because of the additives in it. See, she would approve of this because it's just water and almonds.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
There's no sugar, there's no additives, I mean, unless if he's like on a nut thing too, where they're trying to figure out if he's allergic to almonds or it's the mold that's on the almonds, and that's why you need to soak the nuts, is to get rid of the mold that's on the almonds.
Yeah, he's got to find out.
Wow. I mean, it's like peeling an onion, man. There's so much to learn. That's what I was saying on Michelle's live today, is that is a journey, and you almost have to make this like your hobby or something. Like for so many years, I just toyed around with like, oh, let me eat a salad. That's healthy. Might as well have chicken wings. Don't ruin your day by having one salad. Either you're doing this or you're not doing it.
That's right.
I'm no health coach. I'm more of a motivation coach. Toughen up, put on your big boy pants, and go on a dang diet.
I think we need to call on Denzel. He's having a good time over there.
Yo, Doug, you're hilarious.
It's true. Try living with
Denzel.
It's going well. I've been having quite a time just closing out customers. Like I was at one of the shop the other day where my brother works at, very potential customer. And he's like, can I just buy Juice Plus for a month? I want to see if it works. I'm like, then he's showing me all of his medicine and all that. I'm like, yeah, man, like if you give the body what it needs, da 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 da. So I'm slowly walking him along and he's slowly getting it. And I got about 4 other clients that I'm doing that with. And it's just, I almost got frustrated for a second, because like, want results.
Yeah.
You gotta just work with it. I mean, I'm sure you guys been through it,
Oh, listen, everybody on this call is having the same experience. And if they're not, it's because they're not actually sharing with a bunch of people like you are.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So it's part of it. You got to realize too, I think it's the biggest struggle. And all of you guys, when you add a guy to your team, You need to, and you guys, the women already know to be patient with men, Denzel. They know like there's something wrong with us. Like
Right. I'm impatient.
we're impatient, we're impulsive. It's like we want, oh, we're gonna make some money. What? I didn't make $1,000. I'm gonna try a different business. And then 10 businesses later, you're losing money, but at least you still think you're a big man. You know what I mean? So it's like that's what we do. If you can be patient and approach this with a true business mindset of you bought a franchise. If you and I buy, if we buy McDonald's, it's going to cost us over $1 million to get started. It's going to take us a long time to recoup the cost. There was no cost in this, except $52. So you already have recouped your costs on your first customer. You know what I mean? So like, it's going to take a while to get things going.
That helps a lot.
And then realize too, just because they didn't buy it yet, all of us that have been doing this for a while, you're not worried about it. Like I disagree. There was a time when we were into this book called Go for No. And I just found that I disagree. Like, I don't want to go all the way to a solid no. I just want to make sure I have the guts to share, because I don't want them to say no, because sometimes it's a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years before they order. And it's okay, because if you share with 5 people a day, well, in 30 days, you already got 150 people in the hopper, and then 12 months later, you got over 1,000 people that you've at least talked to once. And now as you share on social media, those people, 5 years later, they're going to be like, dang, Denzel's still doing this? Man, he's healthy, and maybe I should try that stuff. I just had that happen, Michelle, with your thing today, the Tower Garden. I don't know if it was that one or my other posts. Chris Caspinello, an old student from almost 20 years ago. I haven't spoken to him. All of a sudden, hey, we're growing our patio bigger. Think I'm going to make space for 2 of these. I'll reach out when I'm ready. Oh, you just keep doing it. So Sharon, in closing, Coach Denzel real quick on somebody says, I just want to buy it for a month. I want to see what happens.
That's all I've been thinking about since he said that. So
I know.
It's like, I didn't know what to say. I was like,
Don't worry,
also another thing, what?
Yeah.
He was bringing up another product and I'm saying it didn't work and and I'm showing I've fed him a lot of good information. He gets it too, but he's letting his past experience with another, okay, this is the best product on the world, that bad experience get to him. I do believe with going forward with Juice Plus, because he believes in it. My brother gave him some of his product. I went to the shop, I gave him some of my smoothie product, and he's like, yeah, man. So he's coming along, but yeah.
So we can always do a 3-way call, Denzel, if he's open to it. When you're new, a 3-way call, whatever you want to call it, a connection call, or hey, my friend Sharon's going to call with me so I can help answer your questions because I'm pretty new at this. I know it's great, but she's got the words that will help you, to know. But anyway, in general, what people say are called objections. If you're like, oh, where did that come from? I don't know the answer. That's probably an objection. And it's like a knee-jerk response. It doesn't mean that they're not interested. They actually are interested, but you need to reconcile this little thing for them in their head because they want it, but they just want that answer. And you might be able to even move on from that. But if you want to address it, sometimes people say like, feel, felt, found. I know how you feel. Other people have felt the same way. They want to buy a 1-month supply. What they found is, and why the company ships in a 4-month supply is because your blood cells are all new after 4 months. So 25% is dying off each month. So 25, 25, 25, 25, you're going to have all new blood cells after 4 months. That's a nutritional program. It's not a quick fix. It's not a drug, antibiotic. It's not like that. It's like eating, vine ripened, raw, concentrated fruits and vegetables every day. And what they found is that on the cellular level, the research shows like after 80 days or 90 days, these certain things happen. So if you don't let your body actually consume it consistently for that long, you're not going to get those results. And there's more results the longer you're on it, So your immune system's going to be better. Your inflammation is going to be reduced. Your DNA is going to have less damage to it. All that is in our research. that we know that. So the company's not going to ship out a 1 month supply. It's not going to do anything for you if you only take 1 month. That would be like buying something at the store where you just grab one bottle and you don't have anybody leading you through the health transformation process. So you're going to help people actually transform their health, where they're going to feel like they bought a better body, not a vitamin or a supplement, a better body. So our job is to help them understand the education behind it. And anyway, but
well, that feel, felt, found works. That works for everything. So like when they say, well, I've tried these other products before, they're still sitting on my shelf, they didn't work and anything, it's like, yeah, I know how you feel, man. I've been through so many products before, and but what I found when I discovered Juice Plus is that the person that shared it with me shared all this research. And it turns out that these other products just didn't have research, and that this has a food label, not a drug label. So it's just food. And so it's really allowed me to feel a lot better about what I'm putting in my body than with some untested product. And you know what, Denzel, this all comes back to everything Sharon said, and I said too, it comes back to the research. So knowing the research, everybody on here, going through the research and at least understanding the bullet points is really helpful. Also, like Sharon started with, understanding the presentation. Not that you're going to give a presentation, like even Sharon spoke a little too much. She was trying to be thorough. In real life, she probably wouldn't have spoke as much in the answer, because you don't want to sound defensive either. But to have that positive, confident posture and just say something, to the effect of what we both said.
That helps a lot. Thank you. That helps.
All right. Did anybody want to add to that before we go? I know we're keeping you long here. I see some people are unmuted. Maybe they want.
I just wanted to add something that I was working on this week that I think is pretty cool. I'm working on my taxes and I realized that I almost quadrupled my income from last year, which is pretty awesome. I mean,
tell me a job where you quadruple your income. There isn't one.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's amazing. And one of the best things about it being tax time is you get to write off a lot of things you ordinarily just pay for, like your cell phone, your printer, your computer. All that now becomes a tax write-off and helps to reduce your tax load in general. So hopefully she's doing her taxes in that way. That is the value, an added value of having a small business.
Yeah, that's a whole nother Zoom we should do sometime. But as soon as you get up and running and you're making over like 500 a month, like you need to incorporate and form a corporation, and then that way you can really deduct, you can really reduce your taxes quite a bit. I don't know what the government is thinking with all these tax breaks, but nobody should be paying like 25-30% taxes.
Why do you have to form a corporation, Doug, at that point?
Isn't there an Sharon, you're better at the taxes, isn't there a limit to the amount you're going to be able to deduct?
Yeah, you can deduct more if you're incorporated.
Yeah, you can deduct a lot more.
You can deduct, and it used to be Schedule C. I don't know if it is now, but you can deduct for a while, and if you quote lose, money because you've deducted a lot, then the government will let you do that for a while, but they'll think of it more as a hobby. But eventually, you want to move to a S corp or something like that, so that the government isn't upset with how you're doing it. It's just talk to a tax person, but
you don't want a tax person.
No reason why you shouldn't now move toward that, because your paycheck's only going to go up, now that you've hit, the Common Club and beyond.
Yeah. And you're
I would love to have a Zoom on that, by the way, on the tax.
There's a good book too Sharon can recommend. And what you're going to do is you're going to lose money. It's going to show that you're losing money. And what's going to happen is, I think when you combine your business losing money with your husband's taxable income, it's going to offset everything in the house quite a bit and really help. It's significant. Like I'm talking,
it's at least like
potentially tens of thousands of dollars. So it's worth looking into. It's a big deal.
I'd love to have that Zoom conversation one day, whenever that is, you know.
Okay, well, that's something, I'll have to leave that to Sharon. That's a hard
That's
one to
way
teach.
down. Uh-huh.
Maybe
Yeah.
Friday's the day, because it is almost tax time.
All
So
right.
our next steps, action steps, go live. Talk about something, okay? Okay, go live. Reach out to 2 people a day if you can. Any other action steps, Michelle? Throw some out. Kristen, Doug, Deborah.
Understand
nervous to-
research, bullet points.
Read, oh yeah, go
Listen to the research.
read the research. It'd be great if somebody, I mean, if on Friday we could check in and say, okay, what'd you do? Oh, I read through all the research, took some notes on it. And then JD Mims says, oh, I went live, I interviewed one of the horses and how to meet Juice Plus. And I mean, if that's what I would do, I'd be out there feeding horses Juice Plus and telling them about it, you know, that'd be fun. So anyway, like, be able to tell us, come on, guys, get out of your comfort zone. Let's do something crazy. Remember, it all leads to making better income and impacting more lives. So, I mean, there's no downside, except that you're a little nervous about it. But come on. You don't
That's so
wanna be
great,
that-
Doug, about the horses. I mean, I can just see putting just like Dr. Sears does, putting the powder in your hand. You know, Juice Plus powder in your hand, letting the horses lick it while you're live. Yosiana,
Heck no, I'm
Yosiana
just
has
gonna
a
feed him the
horse
capsules.
too.
Yeah.
I'm just,
Oh,
I'm just
yeah.
gonna feed him the capsules.
All right, can't wait to see that, Janie.
Okay.
All right.
All the
we'll see you
animal
on
lovers are
Friday.
gonna love that.
All right, Todd, we want you out of your comfort zone and do something fun.
Bye, guys.
See you
Well,
Friday.
Thank you.
Bye.
Great
Bye,
to meet
guys.
all the
Bye-bye.
new people. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Have a good one.